to single-handed thrusting. I'm Captain Dyderich Wolfhart. I've been in society 30 years this summer, so I've been doing this a long time. My focus on thrusting really came about from my studying of the 15th century texts. 15th century, with the armor getting so heavy that thrusting became very prevalent, and accurate targeting was imperative because you were aiming for the gaps in the armor because you couldn't get through the armor with a thrust or even with a sword strike. So led me to develop these techniques. The first thing you need to understand is starting with the balance of the sword. The more the sword is balanced towards the pommel, the more point control you'll have. A lot of SCA swords, the balance is a good hand's width from the hilt. Mine, as you can see, is very close, or even a little to the heavy end on the back. When thrusting, there's a technique to thrusting. Most people think it's always just stick the pointy end in the other guy, and that's partly true. But getting a thrust to land is not enough. You have to get it to stick on the target. You come in for a thrust. If you're a little off center, your thrust can skip off, especially if they're wearing any sort of breastplate or whatever armor's in that particular area. If when you're thrusting, you add a twist to your thrust, it helps the thrust to stick to the target. So even a straight thrust will have a slight twist when you hit. And this will help the thrusting tip grab onto the target and stick and allow the force to transfer into the target and letting your opponent feel the shot. Okay. Next, basic pell drills. See my nice pell here. Most people are aware of the 1 to 6 drill for strikes, where you target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up and down the pell, where you'll strike 1, and then 2, and then 1, and then 3. The thrusting drill is the same thing, except you have 9 points. So, point 1, you can start on your onside. You can start at the top, start at the bottom, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna start my one's gonna be at the bottom. One is going to be a hook shot, where the sword's gonna come out and around my opponent's defense. That's 1. Lower torso. 2 is roughly armpit area. Again, hooking the shot in. I'm gonna go 1. Now I'm gonna go 3, and I'm gonna aim for the top of the face, the side of the face. That's my point 3. You're gonna keep going. 1 and hook. I'm gonna reset and into 4. 4 is right at the belly. So 1 lower body or hip. 2 armpit. 3 this side of the face. 4 gut. 5 solar plexus. 6 right square in the eyes. 7 is going to be offside. You do that with a crescent shot. You're actually going to rotate the hand around the target. There's 7, there's 8, and there's 9. So you continue through the course. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, all the way through you hit 1, 9. Between each set of 2, you're going to reset to your base stance. So if I'm facing my pell, I'm in my regular stance. I'm here. I'm going to throw 1, 2. Hold the shield or something in your offhand so you can practice keeping your hand in relative position. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. You're not doing a complete recovery. you're doing a half recovery. You're going to thrust, then you're going to pull back just enough to do your next shot. So you can go 1 all the way to 9. Once you've completed that, that's 1 round. Second round, you start with 2. You're going to go 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, and so forth. That's your second round. Guess what? There's 9 rounds. So you are done with the entire drill when you've done 9, 9. So, when you're doing these drills, when you first start, you don't need to be, as long as you're sticking the thrust on the target, that is good enough. As you get more and more into it, you can see I have targets on my pell. The more accurate you can be, the more likely you can slip your sword into a 1-inch gap. So the goal is, I want to cover up the target with my thrusting tip. So as I come around, there's 1, 2. Notice I'm slowing down. These need to be smooth. And if you go slow, you can be smooth. If you get it to be smooth, slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. So I'm going to come in. If you really hate yourself, you'll force yourself to redo the whole round if you miss. So it forces you to slow down. Okay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 1. Oh, I missed it. I got to reset the round. So take your time, go slow. It will definitely behoove you. You will see an incredible improvement of your accuracy and the higher percentage rates of the thrust landing properly. Okay, so variations. So never in a fight am I just going to stand here and do this without moving my feet. So variations. So you start a little further back from your pell. I'm going to shuffle to a half step. Throw my first shot, step, throw my second shot, whatever that is. So if I'm doing my drill, I'm going to shuffle in, throw 1, step, throw 2. And you're going to do that for all your variations. Now we're going to switch feet. Now I'm going to start with my sword foot forward. Also, if you notice, when you go sword foot forward, you have a lot more reach. So I can be way out here, shuffle. I can throw my first shot, step, throw my second shot. So switch your feet, throw the step in there. Got the shuffle step, then you got full steps. So now I'm way out here. I'm gonna do a full step. So big movement, boom, step, boom. And what you'll find is you'll find stuff like this. I'm gonna throw, I'm gonna step over here, and then I'm gonna rotate. Let me do it this way so you can kind of see it. As I step this way, as I'm moving this way away from my target, their shield's gonna track me, and I'm gonna do this. This is great for face thrust because you don't have to put a lot of force into it. You can get body thrust, but you gotta have really perfect technique. Okay. More advanced techniques are you go from a strike to a thrust, getting your opponent to change their mindset. If you're out here throwing thrusts, they're now used to you throwing thrust, and they've learned to read it. But if I start with a strike, I step back, cock the thrust, fire in the thrust. And this can work from any. So again, you're doing the one, this is now combining the 1 to 6 drill with the 1 to 9 drill. So I'm gonna step, I'm gonna strike, 1, strike, 2, strike, 3, and it works for all of them. So I do an offside strike, I step, pull my sword back, and throw a thrust. So you go from a strike to a thrust, strike to a thrust. You also use thrust strikes, thrust, because if you throw a thrust to the face, they got to bring their shield up if they block with their shield. So if you see them blind themselves with their shield, you throw, step, throw, strike, thrust, throw the rat shot. Some of the great little tricks, I like using my opponent's weapon and or shield to stop my strikes, to set up the thrust. So if I have, say my opponent has a shield here, I will throw on the offside, purposely miss their sword block, catch my sword on their shield, use it to stop my sword, and then roll my hand into their face. That is a great technique, especially for the face. Now, unusual targets. What people don't think about. I can thrust people in the leg. I can thrust people in the arm. People think, well, that's a low percentage shot. Yes, but you can also train yourself to make it higher than it normally is. With a leg shot, you can step, throw the leg shot, step into them, cock it back, and then drill the leg. With a up top with an arm shot, if you have someone that likes to, they like to fight in this stance here, or they're like this with their A-frame, and this arm's exposed. They're used to protecting against strikes. They're not used to protecting against thrusts. So again, you can do the offhand strike, hit the shield, and then slam them in the arm. You can also, if you're going for the body, they're going to bring the shield across, but you target here, and as they bring it across, you're going to shift your target into the shoulder. If you're lucky, you'll get inside the shoulder, and it's a kill. If you're not, you'll hit him in the arm or in the shoulder, and you still get a wound. The only thing you can't thrust is the side of the helmet. So start looking at other ways to thrust other parts of the body. We obviously don't purposely shoot for the groin, but it can happen. But you know, shooting for legs, shooting for arms, armpits are great. If you can get those crescent shots around their guard, you can get them in the armpit, especially if they're a lefty. I love using the crescent shots against lefties. Throw, roll. They'll come across and block. The lefty will block it, and then you just roll it around their shield, stab in the arm. And that is my entire class. Any questions? Have any questions?
I have a thought about the armpit target. If you have in your repertoire the grass cutter J shot,
Yep.
when you throw that,
Oh yeah.
it can easily turn into a thrust.